Welcome back to It's Rock Science. Today's video is going to be all about fossils. It is also the first installment of my Fossil Friday series where each Friday, or nearly each Friday, I cannot promise each Friday, each video is going to be about some aspect of fossils. Whether that be what a fossil is, how fossils are made. I think I might even make my own fossils in one video, so look out for that. But for this video in particular, I'm just going to be getting down to the basics and talking about what fundamentally a fossil is. So this is probably an overgeneralization, but I feel like most people know generally what a fossil is. They've seen them in museums, TV shows, movies. If they are lucky enough, they probably found one in the field or in the ocean. Most people know that a fossil is just the bones or remains of a dead animal, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. A fossil is generally defined as the remains or traces of an organism that lived in the geologic past. And that definition, though simple, is pretty ripe with information. It tells us a lot about what a fossil fundamentally is. And the first really important part of that definition is that there are two main types of fossils: remains and traces. Let's start with remains. Remains are the physical body parts of an organism that once existed. And there are two main types of remains: hard parts and soft parts. So hard body parts are the hard parts of the body, like bones, teeth, like shark teeth, and shells. Hard parts are usually mineralized, meaning that they're pretty tough, pretty hard, and are thus more likely to stick around. They are less likely to decompose, and that's why you see so many in museums. The fossil record is really abundant in hard parts. On the other hand, the fossil record is very scarce in soft body parts. And soft body parts are things like muscles or skin, and these parts are more likely to decompose and thus are less likely to stick around. It's very unlikely that you will see a large amount of these soft body parts preserved, though there are some exceptions. And I will, in a later Fossil Fridays video, talk more about soft body preservation and soft body parts in the fossil record. So soft body parts and hard body parts are considered remains, and remains are just one main category of fossil. The other type is trace fossils. And trace fossils are the signs that an organism was once present. For example, these are trails, tracks, burrows, and footprints. And these are just the literal footprints that an organism was around, was moving, was doing some type of behavior. So those are the two main types of fossils that the definition of what a fossil is tells us. Now, the other really important part of our definition is that fossils come from organisms that lived in the geologic past. And so what is the geologic past? Is it a year ago, a million years ago, a billion years ago? The geologic past just is the time before written human record. And so the earliest known form of writing is cuneiform. And cuneiform was developed by the Sumerians of Mesopotamia around 3500 to 3000 BCE. The remains and traces of any organism that existed before this period would be considered a fossil. And that's pretty much it. A fossil is just the remains or the traces of an organism that lived in the geologic past. In the next Fossil Fridays video, I will be talking about how fossils are made and how they are preserved. So look out for that next Friday or some Friday coming forward. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was informative. If you have any questions or suggestions or comments, please post them below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.